Ready? Okay, welcome to Cooking in the Kitchen with mCat. I'm kind of a slacker. Last week I promised we were going to do pumpkin dessert, and I didn't. It was a crappy Sunday and I didn't feel like it. So that's sort of me. Pie crust promises that are easily broken. I didn't do it. Anyway, today's Super Bowl, and we have a tradition of 7-layer dip at the Super Bowl. And I'm not going to lie to you, I make the best 7-layer dip there is out there. Hands down, the best. So I figured, why keep my secret? I'm going to share it with the whole world. So, first of all, the scarf has to come off. We have to put on our funky fun apron so we don't get our nice clothes. Anyway, in preparation, because you know every cooking show has a little bit of prep done first, I've shelled, do you call it shelling? I don't know what you call it, but I've scooped out the guts of 4 medium avocados. Okay, so there you go. Before we get to that though, the very first step is the refried greens. Now, I like this brand, and I like the fact that they're spicy jalapeno. Okay, so it's not just plain refried greens, but we got a little kick to it. So we're going to take that and we're just going to scoop those. Kind of looks like dog food, but it's really good. We're going to scoop that out of the can. And I only do 1 can of beans because we like the flavor, but we don't want the whole thing to be beans because that would be disgusting. So just enough in there to kind of make a nice bottom layer. See that? Look how easily that spreads because they're refried. And yes, it does look like dog food, but it's really good. And especially if you have the jalapeno kind, because like I said earlier, it gives it some kick, some, as Emerald would say, some bam to it. So here we go. We'll spread that around. Notice I'm using a nice casserole dish, right? Okay. Doesn't matter what kind of dish you put it in, I suppose. But I enjoy my blue casserole dish. Alright, so we got our bottom layer. There's layer number 1. We got the refried beans with jalapenos in them. Spicy. Okay. Next comes the guac. Now, I grew up learning how to make guacamole from my dad. And it's really, really good, but it requires a lot of chopping and a lot of work, and I don't like to do that. So since then, I have found a nice, quick, easy substitute. So we've gutted our avocados, and then here comes magic. Okay, we have this guacamole powder mix that you add, and again, spicy. We like these jalapenos. So I'm just going to open that up there and dump the contents in, just like that. Don't breathe them because it will sting your nose, so stay away from it. And then I like to use one of these thingers. I think that's a potato masher. I like to use a potato masher and work that up really good. Just work all that in, mash them up nice and good. Get the powder all mixed in. Carefully not to breathe the dust of the powder because it will hurt your nose because it's spicy. And then we have that all worked around really nice and good. Ooh, not good. I just want to dip a chip in there. Then that becomes layer number 2. So we're going to spread out the guac. By the way, as I'm doing this, I want you to know that after much decision, much pondering, much meditating, much research, I've decided that I will be cheering for the Giants today for a myriad of reasons. One being that they are from New York, which is the same place as my beloved Yankees. The Patriots are from New England, which is where my detested Bo Sox are from. So that alone is there. I think also, isn't the quarterback for the Giants Manning? Isn't he a Manning? Yeah, I like the Manning kids. So there's that. And so there you go. That's reason enough to choose the Giants. Actually, I really don't even care. I don't even pay attention until the Super Bowl, and then only so I have something to watch while I eat my food. Okay. Hey, so there's layer number 2. Look at that. See, we're coming along there. Layer number 2 of our 7-layer dip for guacamole. Okay. I just did that. Then comes layer number 3. And most of you know, I can't stand sour cream. It's disgusting. So you'd say, why would you put sour cream in your 7-layer dip? Well, first of all, it's 7 layers, so you got to have the layer of the sour cream. But I have found a way to disguise the taste of the sour cream so that it doesn't even taste like sour cream, and nobody knows it's really on there. And that would be my friend, taco seasoning mix. So you got your sour cream, and notice I use a very small package. It's just merely to create a small layer so that we can say we have a 7-layer dip. I don't know, maybe texture gives something. So anyway, we're gonna just, got it, it's all good. So then we're going to add some taco seasoning. Now, because I'm not using very much sour cream, I'm not going to use the whole mix because that would be a lot of sodium. And London Daddy and I are getting a little older and we have to watch our sodium intake. So I pretty much just mix it until I can see that it no longer looks like sour cream. That it looks like something else. And so that I can see that there is enough taco seasoning in there to disguise any flavor of sour cream. Which, while I'm doing this, let's talk about sour cream, okay? First of all, y'all know I don't like cheese. I don't like sour cream. I don't like cottage cheese. I don't like, I like yogurt if there's enough fruit in there to overcome the sour taste. But to me, it all tastes sour. And I often wonder to myself, who invented these things to eat? Like, at what point did someone say, the cream has gone sour? Let's throw it on a baked potato. Or the milk has gone curdled. Let's throw that in a pineapple ring on a lettuce leaf. I don't understand that. I don't quite or the cheese is molded. Let's crumble that on a salad. Who dreamed of these things? I have no idea. Or even worse, this cheese smells like stinky feet. We should cook with it. Disgusting. So look here. We're just doing a very, 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 very light layer of which no longer really is sour cream because we've completely disguised the flavor of the sour cream with the taco seasoning. Okay? Gives it a little more spice and kick. If you notice, I was using a spicy flavored taco seasoning, so there's that. We like to just kick things up a notch here at the Catmull House. Alright, so there's the sour cream. So we've got 3 layers. Our next layer is going to come with the green onions. And shout out to Tuffy because I didn't get that. He picked them up for me last night. We don't use this crap, okay? That's yucky and disgusting. So we're just going to chop those ends off right there. And then, of course, we don't use this. I don't even know what that's called. So we chop those ends off right there. This is the meat of the crust. This is what we're going to use. So, and look at me chop. Can you get that chopping action in there, Splendid Daddy? So for my friend Dave out there in the New England area, which I don't hold against you, aren't I doing a fine job chopping? I chop like a professional, don't I? Look at that. And as you may have already gathered, I've said it 50 million times, the Catmulls like things spicy. We like a lot of onion, a lot of garlic, a lot of jalapeno, a lot of kick to us. If you didn't know better, maybe we were from Texas, y'all. So I'm just going to spread the onion over the top. This is our next layer. What are we on now? Layer 4. Ooh, doesn't that look good? Look at all those onions. That's going to be good stuff. Okay, now I've done onions. Next up are the tomatoes. I've already pre-washed these. I like to use the Roma tomatoes because when you use a regular tomato, it's just messy. And while I can chop an onion very good, I'm not going to lie, I'm not very good with the tomato. So turn your eyes, Dave the chef in Massachusetts, because it could get ugly. And you'll probably want to just come right through the screen and shake me. I'm not chopping it right now. So I just like to chop them in pieces. My eyes are kind of crying from the onions. We're strong. And I usually use 1 or 2. I'll start off with 1. And then just kind of spread it around and see how it looks. A lot of it needs to look pretty, and so then if I look at it and go, maybe I need a little bit more tomato, I'll do another one, but I don't know, Daddy, what do you think? Does that look, you want more tomato or is that good? fun colors together. Now I think part of a good 7-layer dip is the fact that you have all these great colors all coming together, and it just kind of gives it just a fun little thrill to it. And I like on olives. Now, the last layer. This is a little dicey because y'all know I don't care for cheese. Cheese is nasty. It's sour. It's nasty. Okay, but it's a 7-layer dip, so you have to have 7 layers, which means you have to have cheese. Now, if you were someone normal who liked cheese, you'd be covering this with cheese, but not here. And if I make a 7-layer dip, I make it how I want to. And we do just a little bit like this. See, just a tiny, 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 tiny bit, just to call it a layer. And then you might say to yourself, Melissa, how do you eat that? Well, I've got a system in place that I can just work around that and mix it all up, and as long as I don't taste the cheese, then it's okay.
How about more cheese on our side and less on yours?
All right. Fine. I'll give them this much.
Yours can be cheeseless if you want.
Look, I'm going to give them this much of the dip because I made it. And they can have this much cheese. The rest is mine. So there you go. That, my friends, is mCat's famous 7-layer dip. And it's the best thing ever, and we're going to enjoy it while we watch our Super Bowl and watch the Giants win and laugh at the commercials. And again, as always, if I went too fast or you missed a step of the ingredients, because it's really hard, you can just email me. I'll be happy to run through it real slowly. So there you go. That's it.